Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and here it is, my brand new daily driver. It is a 2013 Carrera. This is they come in coupes and convertibles. So this is the cheapest coupe you could buy. It is a base Carrera with 20-inch Carrera wheels. And this one is a PDK. So obviously the manuals have higher value. The manuals will probably be the better investment. But I was looking for a daily driver that was going to be an automatic. For Route 7, I'll give you local references. For Route 17 traffic, for Route 4 traffic, for the school pickup line. So if you follow the channel, you know I still have my 2017 991.2 manual Carrera, the Miami blue one. I've had that for 6 years now. I love that. That car's going to stay, hopefully, for a long time. And the Panamera I had a little over 3 years. And I love that car. It was fantastic. But unfortunately, as good as the Panamera is, and I had, if you could find videos on it on the channel, it was a 2017, so it's the second-gen Panamera, the good-looking one. The old one kind of looked like a humpback whale. The new one, I'm still getting used to the looks on that. So I think the best looking Panamera is the one I had, the second gen, the first year being model year 2017 here in the United States. And it was a turbo, so it was 550 horsepower. That was the most powerful Panamera you could buy in 2017. They didn't have a Turbo S, it just had a turbo. In 18, they had a Turbo S, but I believe it had some hybrid power. Now they make crazy horsepower, like 750, but in my gen, 550, really fast, 3.4 seconds to 60. So I lost 200 horsepower and I lost 2 turbos and I lost 2 cylinders. So I had a V8 twin turbo as my daily the last 3 years. Fantastic car. Unfortunately, depreciated like a rock. Depreciation on those cars is probably realistic between 10 and 15,000 a year. And I had a 3-year CPO warranty, 2 years from the CPO, and I got another 3rd year. Luckily, I added that. And it averaged about $5,000 in warranty repairs a year. Good thing I added the 3rd year, because earlier this year, it was another $5,500. So I figured instead of losing 15 to 20 grand a year in repairs now that my warranty's up and depreciation, and the 991s, believe it or not, base Carreras this year, according to Kelley Blue Book, I think it was, or Haggerty, one of those, they went up 14%. So here we got the Panamera going down, I don't know, 20% a year, and this going up 14%. So I said, I better do it now. Now, don't I need a 4-door car? Yes, but if you follow the channel, you know we recently leased a new Audi Q5, so we're covered there for 4 doors. So this is going to be my daily driver. I had to get an automatic so other people in my family can drive it, because I may need the Q5 or I may need somebody else's 4-door to do whatever I'm doing, showings or whatever. I'm a commercial real estate agent. Then I will gladly give them this automatic Carrera that they can drive while I borrow their car. So now what I was looking for, if I had a PDK car, to me, I had to have the steering wheel with the paddles. I forgot what they call this, the sport design steering wheel, because otherwise you get the rocker switches. So this is a 991.1. The 991s are only an inch or two bigger than the 997s, but the wheelbase is 4 inches longer. And that results in more of a little bit more mid-engine than rear engine, and the track is 2 inches wider, so these cars handle way better than the 997. Of course, the 997.2 with the manual will be the one to collect, but this is going to be a daily driver. So musts for me were the steering wheel with the paddles, the sport exhausts, because the regular base Carrera just has the 2 oval tips. If you see 4 exhausts like a BMW M car, then that is the sport exhaust. I didn't like the standard steering wheel. It's multi-function steering wheel, so it gives you buttons like for the radio and your phone, but then you don't get the paddles, and you got those rocker switches. That's like front and back, upshift and downshift, and I've reviewed a lot of 991s on the channel, never got used to this. This is perfect, especially for a PDK car. And you'd be surprised, so mine has Sport Chrono. Now, if you get an S or a 4S, then PASM is standard, so this car does not have PASM. But it has heated and cooled seats, Sport Chrono, which gives you that stopwatch, and it gives you the Sport Plus mode. Or otherwise, you just have sport mode. And then all the way to the right there in the middle of those 3 buttons to the right is the sport exhaust. It looks like eyeglasses, but it's actually supposed to be your exhaust. So for me, those were the 3 must-have options. And I probably looked online at 20 different cars, and this was maybe 2 cars had that, 3 cars had it. For some reason, nobody specs these cars with sport chrono. Black is, in my estimation, is probably, if not the most popular color, one of the most popular colors. You know, I have, 2 blue cars, a yellow car, a red car. I love bright colors, and I would love to have sapphire blue, aqua blue, or guards red for this car, but it wasn't in the cards to get those options. I found a red one, and it had basically no options. I found a blue one, but those cars sell for a lot more. So I wanted an automatic because I needed 1 car in the fleet. All my other cars are manual. Why did I choose the 991.1? Well, I think with the NA motor, it's going to be the next one to go up in value. Now, the one's going to go up in value is definitely going to be the manuals, especially probably a 4S or an S. But what do they say? Rising tides lifts all boats. So these base Carrera PDKs have gone up a lot. They've gone up 10 grand, 15 grand over the last year or so. I don't think they're going to have that appreciation every year. And I think if I lock this car away, it would probably go up in value, but it's going to be my daily. I have access to a lot of cars, right? The press cars, all the cars I have. And, the Q5 I got to put miles on. So realistically, this car would probably get 10,000 miles a year at most. So I think it's pretty much going to hold its value. I'll have to do maintenance and stuff. But the reason I bought this one in particular is it had brand new tires, recent brakes, a new battery, and the PDK service was done. So I believe it's 12 years or 60,000 miles. You got to do the PDK service, and at the dealer, it's $3,000. This already had that done. This was a former CPO car. It's even got original paint, and it's got no modifications. Well, check that. It's got 1 modification, and it's one that's probably a good idea for a daily driver, especially if other people in the family are going to drive your car. This actually has a backup camera, which I'll show you in a second. I have to play around with the settings because it's a little foggy, so I don't know if I have to just clean it or replace the lens or just play around with the balance, because it seems to work during the day, but not at night. It's got a glare, so I think I got to play around with that. And maybe I just have to play around with it like a day and night setting. So let's take a look inside. Again, it's got 20-inch Carrera S wheels, sunroof. It's got the 14-way seats. Again, I don't really care about any of these options. I just care about the performance options that I told you about. It's got the Bose. It's got the power steering assists. It's got the PCM. It's got the permanent key here, so you don't have to actually take the key out of your pocket, which I actually like taking the key out of my pocket. Otherwise, I lose it, and then I don't know where it is, or it falls between the seats. So I'll just have to keep the key in my pocket, right? So here we go. Turn it on. All right. We got that. You can program the ease of entry. So again, we have Sport Plus, Sport exhaust. This is the spoiler. I haven't had the dealer send me videos. I'm going to lower the fan speed here. I had the dealer send me videos, make sure the spoiler worked. This is the start stop. This is always off for some reason. I don't know if somebody said it that way. Traction control, sunroof, Sport Plus. Heated and cooled seats, which is perfect for northern New Jersey because we have 4 seasons. Now here's the backup camera. And there was so much, you actually have to go in reverse to use it. So I think I have to come off the parking brake. Since it's aftermarket, it works with movement. There you go. So it was too bright before, too glary, so I made all the settings dark, but where I'm having trouble with it is night, so I just got to figure that out. Hopefully playing with the balance and everything and the brightness can clear that up. But otherwise, this car has been perfect. I like this car a lot more than I thought I did. Now, as far as your phone and streaming music, there was no Apple CarPlay, so my 2017 Carrera is the first one to have a backup camera and CarPlay. It's wired, it's not wireless, and my Panamera was also 2017, so the same thing. And you could stream music though with this, through the PCM. There's an auxiliary Bluetooth, and you can get calls and play your music. And through the Bose, it sounds pretty good. This does not have the smoker's package. Now, smoker's package isn't necessarily for smoking. I have the smoker's package in my 2017 911. It gives you an outlet here, which is a perfect spot for your radiator detector. If you don't have this outlet, you still have an outlet here to plug stuff in, phone charger, for example, like I have. And then you got the outlet all the way in the side there. Now, this doesn't have the cargo net, so you can't keep, I don't know, an umbrella, or if you have an extender like this, put it in there. Here you get the stopwatch for the Sport Chrono. What else could I tell you? So where did I get this? I found this at a Mazda dealer in North Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina, Hendrick dealership, and they have everything. They have a Porsche dealership, Mazda, you name the brand, they have it. And they were actually a 5-star dealer. Most dealers have ratings in the 3s, meaning there's a lot of complaints. They were fantastic. So look up Will, W-I-L-L. Will was phenomenal because I asked him 100 questions. He answered them, asked for 100 more questions, asked for videos, asked for FaceTime. And I was trying to eliminate this car because my budget was a base. Since this is a daily driver, I don't want to spend too much. And, you know, my taste was like, you know, an S or a 4S or something like that, or a GTS. And I couldn't eliminate this car because it had the options I wanted. Black I like bright colors, but if I can't get bright colors, I take black. And shut the car off now, we'll go back outside. And it had original paint. It was a former CPO car. It was highly, highly maintained. It had good tires. It's surprising how dealerships ask top dollars for 991s, and they either have tires that are 7 or 8 years old that need to be replaced. You know, the cars have paintwork, bad Carfaxes, they haven't been maintained. So really keep an eye out. It was so hard to get information out of these dealers. They just didn't want to be bothered. Like, I asked for date codes, and I had dealers tell me there's no such thing, I'm making it up. And every tire has a 4-digit date code on it, right? Google it if you don't know what that is. But this dealer was fantastic, and the car was better than advertised. You know, a couple stone chips. So the car has 67,000 miles, but you would never guess that, right? If you look on the interior here, I mean, look, the seat has no wear on it. All the buttons are perfect. The steering wheel is perfect. It's like unbelievable condition, the interior. The wheels are perfect. They cleaned them. The brakes are almost new. You got some stone chips in the front, of course. I'll probably do PPF for the front because this will see some highway use. And to me, that's where you get all your stone chips. But it's been a fantastic car. Now, what do these go for? Well, a PDK coupe. Convertibles are cheaper. So let's just talk about coupes because that's what I was doing my research on. Coupes are between 60 to 70. If you want a lower mile car with 40,000 miles, you're probably looking 70 to 75. And that's PDK coupes, base models. 4S's are about 85. You can maybe get a shady one with cheap tires on it and no maintenance records and no inspections for 75. But realistically, for a 4S, you're probably looking at 80, 85 at the time of this video, which is July of 2026. S models, we're probably around 75. These are all PDKs. I mean, add 10 grand for a manual for all the stuff. A manual base is probably 80. A manual 4S is probably in the 90s, 90, 95, somewhere in that range. So they've gone up a lot. And I was worried with the base, with the 3.4. You know, I had a Cayman S back in the day with a 3.4, and it was phenomenal. And this car's fantastic. I mean, you probably got to get up to around 4,000 RPM, 4,500 RPM before someone's home. My 2017 is a 991.2, and it's turbocharged, so that car at 3,000 takes off. But so this car, you got to rev it out, but in sport mode and sport plus, in the PDK. And what's pretty remarkable, I was afraid like highway passing power, because my Panamera with 550 horsepower, if I don't want somebody behind me on Route 95, they're not gonna be. Just hit the gas and you're gone. This car, you could be on 7th gear on the highway in not even the sport mode, the regular basic mode, which is, you know, puts you at 7th gear at 30 miles an hour for fuel efficiency. But you floor the car on the highway, it gives you the snap of my fingers, you drop from 7 to 3rd, and now you have all this power because you're in that range. So passing power problem solved. So this is phenomenal. It's exceeded my expectations. Again, you can get these from 60 to 70,000. I paid the lower end of that. The dealer even shipped the car with me. I negotiated shipping, and I shipped my Panamera down there. So at the end of the day, I probably paid, you know, between that 60 to 65. Once I figured it out, it was like 65, and then I got the shipping and a couple other things. So I'm in that 60 to 65 range, which I think is a bargain for these cars. But I'm telling you, most of the good ones are going to be starting in that range. None of the 60 cars checked out. Sometime you'll find one for 58 and you'll see that it needs a lot of work. So you really got to watch these videos. So you really got to research these cars carefully. So Will did a fantastic job. He answered my questions and then some. And thank God I bought from him, because he probably wasted 2 weeks with me with negotiating. But it turned out perfect. Will, you did a fantastic job. 5 stars. Definitely see him at Hendrick. And they sell all kinds of cars. It doesn't just have to be. This was at their Mazda store, but you know, they have a Porsche store that you name the car, they have it there. All right, so that's what I would do. Get a, you know, clean Carfax, original paint, unmodified car like this. If you need a backup camera, you can put it in. One thing I didn't know is I assumed, because they didn't have backup cameras, because even my 2011 BMW 1M had it, I assumed that they would have sensors, but there's no front and rear bumper sensors, which was pretty much on most of the cars. So that's why I think the previous owner put in the backup camera. And again, this was a former CPO car. They can't CPO it now, it's too old. I think Porsche only goes back 12 years, and obviously only a Porsche store could do it. But I'm thrilled with my new daily driver. I'm sure I'll keep it at least 3 years. So we'll see how much it costs to put 10,000 miles a year on a 911, what it costs to maintain, and we'll go on values too. What's it gonna be worth 3 years from now? More, less, higher, we'll see. All right, guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe. I have over 1,500 videos online, hundreds of cars I've reviewed, most with manual transmissions, including my fleet of cars, and I buy these cars with my own money that we could long, you know, if you're Motor Trend, you get the car free for a year, a new one. I don't do that, but I can't get those. But I buy the car, and I give you what I paid for it, what it costs to maintain, and what it costs to buy, sell, and this car, believe it or not, maybe because it doesn't have ceramic brakes, is $1,000 a year cheaper to insure than my Panamera. Amazing, right? We sold the RDX and got a Q5. The insurance went up $1,000 between those two cars. Here I sell the Panamera and buy this, and the insurance is $1,000 less for the two cars. So we're even. All right, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. I'm sure they're interested in the 991s. And we'll have a comparison test coming up soon between the my 991.1 and my 991.2. So NA versus turbocharged, stick versus PDK. And it'll be right here. Just subscribe and hit the notification bell, and check out shorts that I post every day. Thanks for watching.